Hello, lovely people. Welcome to another set of reading sprints. I'm trying to do these ones semi-regularly again. Tonight, I don't think we'll have very long reading sprints, but I'll definitely give you the opportunity to have some reading with some extra motivation. We have a beautiful, right there, little cafe timer to read with us. If you're here in the chat, let me know what you're going to be reading tonight. I have 2 books, and another thing I would like to do is catch up on my reading journal. So far, in February, I have read Onyx Storm, historical fiction, The Marriage Season by Jane Donne, the first book of Kristen Lavransdatter, and I need to make notes for book number 2. I have read the disappointing nonfiction, and gosh, the book I mentioned in my last wrap-up to Jane Austen historical fiction books, and I read the third one in that series as well. So I have 2 books that I would like to take notes of. I might do that maybe in the second sprint. Hi, Rita. Hi, Evie. And then a book I am currently reading is Little World by Ekwegi Emeze. This is their newest release, I think. Who was it last year? Let's have a little look. 2024, yes, it was last year. I pre-ordered this one, and now I finally started reading it. I am a little over halfway through, and it is, I don't think I can talk on YouTube or really what it is about, because it's a very sexually explicit book without it being a romance. It's definitely literary fiction, and I'm enjoying what I always enjoy by Emeze's writing, which is that they really push the reader to explore your own boundaries and what you find acceptable and what you do not find acceptable, but also that no character is, maybe not in this book, but all characters have multiple sides to them, and you can never really draw a conclusion on the character. And even if you start loving a character, they do something that is not so very savory. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one, even though I do think it's not one of their best books. And then I started a classic about bunnies, which is Watership Down by Richard Adams. I'm only a few chapters in, and there was an introduction. Oh wow, this is really strong old book smell, but really nice. It's about a group of bunnies, and one of the bunnies is sensing some danger, and they try to convince the adult bunnies, because they're teenage bunnies, that they should leave. And I think it's going to be quite a heart-wrenching novel. But there was an introduction by the author in which he said that he wrote, or he made up the stories for his kids because they wanted to hear stories, and he made them up, and then he turned it into his novel. And apparently some of the bunnies are based on literary characters. So the bunny that had the revelation that something is going wrong is based on the Greek myth of Cassandra, or the Trojan myth. I don't know. Was she a real person? I don't know. Also, welcome to my new hair. I'm still getting used to it, to how it feels. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing some reading. In a little bit. Will not have like very big chat sections. I'll be working on a creative writing piece for my uni magazine, and then some essay planning. Oh gosh, those days when your evenings are not just filled with whatever you like, but you actually have to do things in the evenings. I am very happy to say that that has been a long time for me, although I've been writing a beginner's guide to classic literature for the Bookshop, and I felt like I was back in school, trying to do everything right, like note down my sources and everything. I really feel like I was doing an assignment for school, and I kind of liked it because it was on my own terms, of course, but also because it's on my own terms and for my own business. The pressure was way higher than me just wanting a good mark on an essay. So yeah, I think we should just go into the first sprint, and I thought maybe during the second or third chat portion we could look at the long list for nonfiction for the Women's Prize, and I can talk about, maybe you can talk about it as well. Oh, hi Mimi. I saw your comment, Judith. um, and we can chat about which books sound interesting, because I am going to again do all the women's prize bits on YouTube as well. I was thinking of doing just some videos where I sit down and give you reviews of the books I've read so far, and then every like 10 days or so there will be a video like that. I don't really have a lot of time these days to like make a proper vlog, but like these check-ins could be fun if you're also reading the list and we can share our thoughts about it. Oh, thank you. I really need to get used to it. Like, it's not supposed to be like that, but it will do. Okay, let's do the first print and then we'll talk a little bit about the women's prize and things like that when we are back. So see you in 45 minutes. Hello, welcome back. I hope no one got scared by the timer. I read, oh gosh, 30 pages of this. I was kind of hoping to finish it tonight. It's 250 pages and I'm at 75, so probably not, but that's okay. I do want to start reading the Women's Prize for Nonfiction in March, and then on the 4th of March, I believe we get the long list for the fiction prize. I am not just doing short lists like I have done in the past 2 years, but I'm just picking whatever I like from the long list. And not reading the entire long list because there are also a few that just I know I won't like, so I just don't read them. But yeah, now that I have the bookshop, I can of course very easily get the books, so that's very nice as well. Hello. New to your channel, love your classics video. Thank you so much. Happy to see you sprinting. Love the hair, it's nice. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful compliment. Hi Marcella. I started The Way Past Winter by Karen Millwood Hargrave. Oh, I love that author. It's a middle grade fantasy. Ooh, Dark is Rising, Lion, Witch and Wardrobe, and Snow Queen vibes. I feel like, did I read that? Or I read the one that was called with The Girl of Ink and Stars, which is also by the same author, middle grade. Are you liking The Way Past Winter? Is that the one about a group of sisters? I believe I do think I have it on my audiobook TBR. Oh, Priscilla, thank you. That is so nice. Thank you. 500 words written. Wow. Well done. In 45 minutes. I feel like that's like some fast writing. Like, well done. Yes, it is the book about the sisters. Yes, I think I started it, but I didn't like the narrator. So then I usually like temporary DNF it and get back to the physical copy at some point, which I also did yesterday evening when I wanted to listen to the new Ellie Hazelwood, which I think is called Deep End, I believe. But the narrator was very quirky, and I don't enjoy that. Like I guess what I get why we like fit romance, but to me it's just very distracting. And I like a more calm, neutral narrator. So I don't know if I will read that physically because I'm not the biggest Ellie Hazelwood fan, but I just really liked the premise of I think they are both swimmers in college, and it just seemed like a very fun premise for a romance. And I'm hearing such good reviews of that one. So maybe I'll give the audiobook another go. Maybe it's not as annoying if I listen to it on like 1.5 speed. But yeah, for me, audiobooks, especially with romance, because the voices of the characters matter so much. Yeah, narrators are so important. I'm listening to Toni Morrison narrate The Bluest Eye. It's so beautiful. Oh, Toni Morrison narrating her own books is so amazing, but they're so hard to get. I feel like Libro FM has few. But yeah, what are you using to listen to The Bluest Eye? Because it sounds so amazing. I listened to Sula as well, narrated by Toni Morrison. Physical book, then you can put the narrative voice you want in your mind. Yeah, that is great. Usually it's just my own voice. Or sometimes if I have periods where I really listen to a certain narrator. I've done it with Stephen Fry, Juliet Stevenson, and Kelsey Navarro, and I just start to hear their voices, which is so nice. But yeah, I said we would look at the long list of the Women's Prize. So let's share a screen. The Women's Prize 2025. Okay. Yes, I think I can share that with you. Let's see. But then in a way that you can actually see it. Okay, wait, will it work like this as well? No, it's too small. Okay, so let's go to the nonfiction. I'm so excited for the long list of the fiction prize as well, but they're not known yet. So let's just look at the covers. Okay, like the first one is The Story of the Heart. And I don't like to read about medical issues for obvious reasons, but if you don't know me, I have a chronic illness, so like I don't really like to read about it, especially in nonfiction. Living with it is quite enough, even though like this is of course I think about heart disease, so it's very different, but it's like not for me. This one is The Peep Show, The Murders at 10 Rillington Place. I didn't really like it when I first read a little bit about it, but it's reminded me of The Five, which is a nonfiction I really, really enjoyed. So it's true crime, but it like looks deeper at things. So it's set in the 50s. Yeah, it sounded just very thrilling, and I did see it on Libro FM, so I'm gonna listen to that one. Sister-in-law sounds really interesting, but not something I can read like very fast because I want to finish them before, gosh, June, when we get the winner. And this is why Fish Don't Exist: A Story of Love, of Loss, Love, and the Hidden Order of Life. That sounded so weird, historical, and fun. I did buy this one. Let's see. Oh, and this one. Such great expectations for this one. Raising Hair. It's about someone who finds a baby hare and raises it, and it's like a memoir. So definitely bought that one. This is the first one I'm going to read. This is Private Revolutions Coming of Age in a New China, and it's a story of 4 women and literally just coming of age. Okay, next one. So this one is the first one I'm going to read because I've tried to match some of them with the Buzzwordathon, which I'm trying to do this year. So the ones that didn't fit any prompts, I'm going to read earlier. Oh, The Eagle of the Heart is about 2 like British royals. It's just, I couldn't care less, to be honest. So I'm skipping that one. And then Oudlin by Jenny Fagan is about growing up in the system. And I have read fiction by Jenny Fagan. I think she writes fantasy. So this one I ordered as well. Ooh, very excited for this one. Embers of the Hands, Hidden Histories of the Viking Age. If you've seen some of my videos, you know I love some historical nitpicky details, especially about just how ordinary people lived. So I'm very, very excited for this one. I also ordered it. I think it's a chunky boy. Second World War, I just read too much about it. I'm going to skip that one, even though I'm sure it's valuable. Just I've read too much about it. And I'm very excited about this book. This is What the Wild Sea Can Be, the future of the world's oceans. Just the ocean is something I find very interesting. Just recently, like in the last couple of years, I've really started to get a fascination for the ocean. So that one I also ordered. Wait, I'm gonna check some of your comments before we keep going. Yes, I just put conditioner in my fingernails and hands. Oh yeah. Yeah, my nails are very dramatic, especially in the winter. Like it's horrible. But yeah, it's good for you that we're chatting a bit. No, I kind of like nonfiction more than I often think I do. It's the same with literary fiction where I don't really pick it up that much. But if I look at my favorites of every year, it always has some nonfiction. I don't read a lot of it, but I really like historical stuff. Yeah, same. Especially, I'm not doing the Second World War one. But yeah, like the Viking book sounds wonderful. And I also just really like memoirs, especially because they're often very readable. Okay, this one is going to be a tough read, I think, but that's also one I'm going to read soon. By the fiery Gary, the generations long fight for justice and on native land. Pardon. Yeah, sounds really interesting. Yeah, it's about American history, the story of the forced removal of Native Americans, which I didn't really read much more. It's just a book I feel like I want to read. This one is so important to read right now, but I'm not going to because I just don't think I can handle it. But that is about dictators who run the world. I'm just not right now. And this is Tracker, which sounded kind of interesting, but not something I think I will end up liking. So I'm also skipping that one. And then Wild Thing, A Life of Paul Gauguin, which again, our books are just such a miss for me always. So I'm gonna skip that one too. And this is a memoir about, I think, a very famous British person that I do not know, but I guess I'm going to get to know them because it's also on LibreFab, so I'm going to listen to the audiobook. It's called A Thousand Threads. I think that was it, right? Yes. So let's see. I have to Peep Show 1, Fish, Raising Hair, Private Revolutions, Oudlin, 5, Embers of the Hands, 6, What Else You Can Be, a 7, By the Fiery Gary. Okay, so I'm gonna read quite a few on my TBR, and including the fiction prize. It's gonna be a struggle, but of course I'm allowing myself. Of course, I'm allowing myself to DNF if I feel like I have to. But I don't know. I have such a good time the last 2 years with the Women's Prize. They always pop up in my favorites of the year. So even though I would kind of like to focus on classics as well because of the bookshop, I feel like I cannot deny myself all these books that will most likely be my favorites. So I'm gonna do it anyway. And it's also really nice to read a lot of books that I know other people are going to read. Yeah. Oh, let's catch up. World's Ocean book could be either hopeful or depressing. I'm hoping for the hopeful or just informative. Yeah, always books about the environment can go either way. I'm living the politics. No need to read about it. Yeah, that's how. I know. Just you turn on your TV, you watch the news. It's enough. It's enough. I'll definitely pick up Embers of the Hand. Yes, maybe Raising Hair. It sounds like something that might hit me in the feels. Yes, it honestly it sounds like one of those videos from the Dodo, but then in a beautifully written memoir. I hope it's like very respectful because sometimes I see these videos of people rescuing wild animals, and I'm like, oh, you're not rescuing the animal, you're removing it from its natural habitat and putting it in your living room. And sometimes it doesn't feel right. But I'm sure that this book is very beautiful and well thought out. I mean, I did get the hardcover in already, and it is beautiful. So yeah, it was fun to look at the nonfiction prize together. I'm so curious for the fiction prize. I have never any idea what they will pick. I've seen people do predictions videos. If you have like a solid prediction, I would love to know for the fiction list. But yeah, I cannot wait to pick the books I want to read and order them. Oh, there's hares, raccoons. They're all in front and backyard. Yes. No. Okay, let's do another reading sprint. I want some more tea as well. Then I have to grab the timer again. Right, let's read for another 45. Hello, hello, welcome back. Oh, that's the wrong button. How did your reading go? I got very, very sleepy. I think like reading for 45 minutes, you get a lot done, but you get so sleepy. There is a getaway scene that just it's a little bit dumb. Just I feel like the main character or one of the characters that's in the getaway is doing something that only like action hero movie people do. And it's kind of funny. I cannot see anyone actually acting in that way, but it is very action filled. So the first half of this book is very character focused, and then second half we see some plot lines coming together, and I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, it's not going to end well because it doesn't fit this book somehow, but I'm worried about certain characters. And again, these characters might not necessarily be good people. So do I really care if it doesn't end well for them? But I'm also kind of attached to their storylines. So yeah, I think we can do another 45-minute sprint with hopefully not me falling asleep, but I don't think I will finish this tonight. Probably tomorrow, hopefully. I am planning on a very relaxed weekend, so I think I'll spend a lot of time with Authorship Down during the weekend. Let me know how your reading went, if you read anything, if you wrote anything, if you studied anything. I have a little adorable companion right here. Max is very attached to me today. Usually I am despair and Boy is a human, but today I'm getting a lot of attention. It's very lovely. Not going to lie, he is adorable. Can I show you? Yeah, I think I can. That's him. Just chilling. Usually I sit in my little library workroom, but Boy isn't home tonight, so I thought I might as well just be in the living room because the cats always hang out in the living room. They never really go upstairs in the evening. They're always here, so I thought it would be much cozier. I got distracted with a project. I mean, if it's a project you're enjoying, then that's great. That's great distraction. Some water. So I've been working on a new beginner's guide I guess I'm going to start with it really soon. I asked you on, yeah, it was on YouTube, I think. Sorry, I'm so distracted by my hair. That's, oh my God. Yeah, okay, better. Yes, for Toni Morrison, I asked on YouTube, I did a poll and I asked you which one should I do, and most people said Toni Morrison. So I think I'll do that one next month because those videos take quite a bit of time to prepare for, because I want to make sure that just all my information is correct and comprehensive. And then I also make the visual guides, which of course I have to design and really think about. So the preparation of those videos is quite a lot of work, but they are my best viewed videos on the channel. So first, I'm very glad they're helpful. Secondly, they make me some money. I mean, not YouTube money when you're a small channel is a joke, but it's a little bit of money that I can spend on books. So I do want to keep on going with those beginner's guides. So the next one is going to be Toni Morrison, for which I'm very, very excited. I waited a bit with Toni Morrison because I first wanted to make sure I had read all her major works and I still had to read Jazz. And now I have read all her major works, so I can like make the guide a bit better. Can you make the Beginner's guides into postcards. Oh my gosh, I had never thought of that. But that is such a cute idea. You mean that you can get like a physical copy of the guide, or like that it's an actual postcard with the background that is similar to a postcard with like where you can write the address down and everything. That is such a cute idea. I would have to like redesign some of them that they match a bit more. Um, I think I could do that. That is such a cute idea. Thank you. I'm reading To the Lighthouse and just started the time passes. Time passes part. Oh yes, beautiful. Listening to the audiobook while reading along with the physical book really works for me. Yeah, I think it's a great option for Virginia Woolf. I usually do it as well. Mostly, not the last time I read To the Lighthouse, but I've done it a few times. Yeah, the time passes part I found really beautiful. I really liked the perspective of the character that chapter takes place with. Trying to stay vague, but are you enjoying To the Lighthouse? My cats are almost 11. Oh gosh, but I still call them kittens. Yeah, we always will, won't we? Actual postcards like Esther Benning's. Oh yes, I think hers are blank on the back, if I remember correctly. I think her Christmas cards had like a little illustration on the back, but not like the bookishly ones, which have like an actual postcard background. But that's a lovely idea. I will look into that. That could be very, very cutesy. I mean, I don't know if the writing would be so small that you can't read it on a postcard size. I'll just have to try and print them myself and see how that will work. But I love that idea. Thank you for coming up with that. Um, there are some spring things coming. I've been designing two new to the shop items that, I mean, the type of items are or have been in the past in the shop, but not yet designed by me with a classic literature theme. So yeah, I've been working on the designs and I'm going to be working um, most of March to finalize everything, to find the right printer materials, make photos and everything. So I think when the spring starts, those items will be available. So that's the 21st of March, right? Or the 1st of April, kind of depending on the finances of the shop in the coming month. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. It was so much fun to think of what I would like for the shop. So yeah, it's really exciting. Oh my gosh, everyone is reading To the Lighthouse. I've been seeing it on TikTok as well. And I never really had like a favorite book until I read To the Lighthouse for a second time. And it's my favorite book of all time, and everyone is reading it. I'm having the best time ever seeing so many people fall in love with it, get emotional over it. Like, it's always such a genuine emotion because I don't think a lot of people expect to experience that when they read a classic. Um, yeah, definitely one of my favorites from Wolf. And I get to study next year for a modernism module. Ooh, that sounds so interesting. I mean, challenging as well. I hope they won't make you read like James Joyce and, or at least not Ulysses. Yet you make some bookish items. It can be cheaper than the ones on Etsy, etc. Mm-hmm. Right. Shall we do another 45 and then I am going to go. No, I'm gonna do a shorter sprint because otherwise it gets a little bit later than I would like. I need to find, oh, the clock, right? Focus timer. Yes, let's do a 30-minute one. I think it's changed. All right, I will see you then. Yes, in 30 minutes. Hello, lovely people. I was quite close to finishing this. Anyways, I don't know how this is going to end. Things keep happening, and I have like 45 pages left. I'm like, excuse me, we're supposed to round this up. I don't want an open ending with this book at all. Yeah, so I'm a bit nervous about how this is going to go, but I'll read more tomorrow. I hope you all had a good sprint. Hello, Elizabeth. To counter all the sophistication of the wolf readers, I've been reading The Blob by Maggie Sue about a woman who falls in love with an actual blob. Fun and surprising, well written. Is that the one that Kayla from Books and Lala read in her most recent vlog? I found that vlog hilarious. It was really, really funny. But I think she read that book as well. I'm sure I missed it all, but happy to see you here. Yes, it was the last sprint, but thank you for hopping on anyways. I'm enjoying To the Lighthouse. The second part is more difficult to grasp. Yeah, I get that. I try to let it just wash over me for now. That's very clever. That's just the way to read it. Thank you for sprinting. Thank you for being here. Good timing. I just finished my writing piece. I'm so glad you were able to finish it. And depending on your time zone, I hope that you still have a part of the day or evening to maybe do something fun, to do something for you, to chill for a bit. It's like 10 o'clock for me. Oh no, it's 9:30 for me, but I am a grandma, so I'm going to wind down. Boy and I have had a challenge where he reads some classics and I play some of his favorite games, like easy games, because I'm terrible at gaming. But I think I might game for half an hour. It's really fun, but I'm really bad at it. So I think like one level takes me multiple days of like playing half an hour a day, where one level would take him like 2 minutes. So yes, I'm really bad at it, but it's quite fun. And he's reading Jane Eyre, which he's really enjoying. He's quite a different reader from me. He remembers a lot of details. So I asked him like 2 days when he read a few chapters what he thought of it, and he told me the chapters he read in the school, and he told me in such beautiful detail what he thought of it. And I'm just like, he should be a booktuber. I loved it. But yeah, I'm also going to make him read Pride and Prejudice after this. But I figure like Jane Eyre would be like a great starting point for his specific interest. So he's liking it, and I'm really, really glad about that. But yeah, I'm going to leave you off here. Thank you so much for everyone who was hanging out with me. I had a good time. Did some reading. I hope you did as well. And I am sure I will see you soon with some other reading sprints. All right. Bye.